Assalamu alaikum. This is Sister Zainab. Today I'm speaking to you about the impact of the genocide on families and children in Gaza. Now, of course, you will have seen many photos of children on their own, walking the streets, pulling their belongings, sometimes without parents, accompanied, in a sense, if they're lucky, if they're blessed by a sibling or siblings, occasionally sometimes even with parents. Now, just as a reminder, at the beginning of this year, I think in January, the UNICEF had already released data saying that back then about 17,500 children were unaccompanied minors, so basically without parents or siblings. I think that these data have now been revised. So as we stand in July this year, it was around about 35,000 children who are now unaccompanied, so without parents. So you can imagine that this has a huge impact on what's going on. So just to give you an example, as it stands at the moment, I think it's about 1,400 families that have been completely wiped off the register in Gaza, and several months back they were already saying that about 3,500 children were at risk of starvation. And I think I just read the other day that there are some sources that say that even up to 100,000 children in northern Gaza might be at risk of starvation. So obviously if you put these things together, we have children who are unaccompanied, we have whole families wiped out, we have starvation. It's not looming, starvation has been happening more or less since almost since the genocide began, and we do have obviously some aid agencies that are still trying to help. So UNRWA, for example, now, and I know that for example 430,000 different psychosocial activities have been provided in Gaza. More than 200,000 children, this is going back a few months actually, have actually used these facilities, these services. But obviously, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to all these unaccompanied children? What's going to happen to the children who aren't going to be able to find their families because all their other family members have been wiped off the register? And obviously, when a family is wiped off the register in Gaza, it doesn't mean that it's just, let's say, maybe up to 20 people, because each generation could have, let's say, up to, could be 10 people. So we're talking about large families in some cases. Extended families could be up to 100, 200 people if we're talking generations of parents, great-grandparents, grandparents. So that was me, Sister Zainab, with you for today, and just keep reading the stats about Gaza, please, and do not forget and do whatever you can to make this public and spread the awareness. And thank you.